Hi, and welcome back to It Figures. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing quite a few figures from the 30th anniversary of Labyrinth. And the first figure I'm going to review is Jareth, who is of course David Bowie. So the sculpt here on Jareth is really nice. Let's take a closer look at the sculpt. As you can see, his shirt is really well done. Love the coat, love the folds in it. Great necklace he has on. And he has the cane or the whip or whatever it is that he's holding here. And if you turn him around, you can see the back of the coat, which is all shredded. And that's really cool. It's sort of soft rubber. It's not really hard. But yeah, really great job on that. And I absolutely love what they did with his hair. A really great sculpt on that. And even though he does have the black eyes, he also has sort of the eye makeup coming up off the eyes, which makes him really cool. If you're a fan of Labyrinth, this is definitely a pop figure you look at, and of course you will instantly recognize him. Overall, just really great paint, great sculpt, and it's just a fantastic figure for the fans of Labyrinth. So I would have to give Jareth a 5 out of 5. Just an absolute wonderful pop figure. Now let's move on to Sarah and Worm. Alright, so this was a really difficult figure to find, and I looked quite a while to find her and finally found a decent enough sculpt and paint from her. The few of these I did find actually were just painted really bad, and there were even a couple that I found that had glue stuck to their faces. Now this isn't a bad sculpt at all of Sarah, however she's just kind of boring actually because her stance is just her standing there. However, I don't know what they really could do to make it more interesting. Now, probably only a fan of Labyrinth would know this character. If someone else saw this and never saw the movie, they would have no idea what this was. But these are made for the fans, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's take a closer look at her shoes. They're really nice. You can see they included her socks coming out of the shoes. It's really nice. The folds in her pants are really well done. She does have a bracelet on. Taking a closer look at her vest, it does have quite a decent amount of detail in there on both sides. It looks pretty nice. As for her hair, it's okay. The sculpt is just okay. And the face is just your standard pop figure face. Nothing really going on there. However, she does come with the character of Worm. And this little guy is awesome. It's such a small figure, but it has such great detail all over it. It has a little paint issues here, but it's not terrible. Love the hair, the scarf is really cool, and just everything about this little figure is awesome. Together they make up a decent pair. If I was just going to review Sarah, the review would be much smaller. But however, since she came with Worm, I'm going to have to give both of these guys a 4 out of 5. And we leave the biggest one to last. This is Ludo. Ludo is a very large pop figure. He is definitely an oversized one, which would make sense because he's a large character in the movie. Now this, my friends, is the very definition of an awesome pop figure. Now Ludo was one of the best characters in the film, and they did such a great sculpt on him here. Let's take a look at his face first. It's well painted and it has a great expression with the big black eyes. And check out the sculpt on these horns. Just really great. And this is how you do hair. His hair is well done, well sculpted, and it looks great. And of course he has his tail as well. Both the feet and the hands are really well done too. So I have zero complaints on Ludo. He is probably the best of the lot, besides maybe Jareth, but he is really cool. So in all, I would have to give Ludo a 5 out of 5. What a great figure. Really cool, lots of fun, great sculpt. So out of all the Labyrinth figures, the only one I didn't get was Hoggle, and the other Jareth, which now is really hard to find any of these actually in the store. But I think this Jareth was a Hot Topic exclusive, because that's the only place I ever saw him, and didn't pick him up for whatever reason. Now I wish I would have. But overall, the 3 figures that I reviewed here, they're all really great, and they're fantastic for any Labyrinth fan. So if you like tonight's figures and want to see more of figures, or more pop reviews, or just more action figure reviews in general, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can see you next time.